Good to see you. I mean that. I wasn't blowing smoke up the ass the other day when I told you, after you, well.
But what were you saying there, Roscoe?
I'll tell you later.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're live in the air. Hey, we got 95 Country. I'm sorry about that, folks. Good morning to you. We got Mayor Dan. Danny boy. Oh, Danny boy.
Good morning, Roscoe. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Do you ever get tired of me doing that?
Not at all, man. I need a recording of it. It could be my alarm clock in the morning.
That'll jolt you out of bed.
It sometimes is when you call me, remember? Right. There have been days.
You sleep to the crack of what, 6?
6 o'clock is my normal get-up time. 6 o'clock.
Wow.
Get me a cup of tea, and I'll start returning emails and text messages.
You're a busy
Facebook messages.
You're a busy guy.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, Saturday we were at a announcement party, I guess you call that.
Yeah.
A couple of friends of ours getting married.
Yeah.
And you were there. I was there, and we hobnobbed. And you said, "I need to get on your show again."
I've missed you, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, you're a sight for sore eyes.
Well, you've done remarkable things here in Natchez, and
thank you.
I know there's some things that hadn't gone like you wish they would, like the EOLA, for example.
Well, it's working.
Is it working? Still working?
Oh, gosh, I'm so excited. But I'm just not saying too much publicly because I've learned, put it all out there and it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And we were so disappointed. In March, we were hoping for a groundbreaking, and it didn't happen. But I actually woke up thinking about the EOLA this morning. I just cannot wait to announce what is going to happen. They've redesigned the plans. They had to go for a larger room count because Roscoe, everything's going up. So they had to be able to bring in more money. And we had a great meeting with Dickie Brennan at his house just about 3 weeks ago in New Orleans. Wow. He fixed dinner for us. Wow. We had a great meeting there. More partners have come into the deal. They had to get some more partners in. And so everything's going full steam ahead. We'll make the details public hopefully soon. Yeah. But it's going to happen.
Well, we need to get you back on the show right after that happens so you can tell everybody.
We'll do.
What's going on?
We will do it.
What's going on in this city?
What's going on?
Yeah, that was a Marvin Gaye song, I believe.
In fact, that's been kind of my theme song throughout the last couple of years. I love that song, Marvin Gaye. War is not the answer, only love can conquer hate.
There you go.
Man, I tell you, Marvin Gaye was a prophet.
He indeed was. It's a shame his demise. Yes. Anyway, I won't go into that.
But he lives forever in his music.
Yes, indeed. Love Marvin. You gotta love Marvin Gaye.
Oh my gosh, Motown. I went to Mississippi State University and I had a roommate for 2 years who loved Motown and Smokey Robinson. And there was not a single night we didn't go to bed listening to Smokey. I mean, it was great.
I had this
good memories.
Best of 8 track from I grew up on that stuff too.
Golly.
Yeah, Temptations, Supremes, Junior Walker and the All Stars.
All that good stuff.
Yeah. They're not country, but boy, they sure were good.
Man, I tell you what, I bet y'all will be jamming some of that this weekend.
Oh, absolutely.
I understand you have a reunion this weekend.
That's right, class of 72, Natchez, South Natchez High School. If you're a member of that class, and it's amazing how many people are no longer with us from that class. Man, I tell you what, every time you turn around, somebody else going away. But
y'all have a great weekend. I wish I could be there. I've got to be on a business trip.
Where are you tripping now? Roscoe?
It's a municipal meeting I've got to go to, so I won't be able to attend the reunion. But please tell everybody hello.
We'll do.
Yeah,
we'll do. We'll have to let's see if we can get a picture of you and do a cardboard stand-up.
That's a little scary.
Stand up to the mayor and he can't say anything.
That's a little scary.
We're putting that on the list.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, enough of this little yammering. Let's get down to business. And you got a press conference going on or something going on today, right?
At 10:30. Yeah, Roscoe. We have a press conference. It's actually a press conference at the Grand Village for the Natchez Indians, and it's going to be an exciting announcement. I think word has already drifted out. The Mississippi Department of Archives and History successfully got $8 million through the legislature. We helped them for projects right here in Natchez, Adams County. And we will be sharing the details of that at 10:30. But it's an $8 million appropriation for a new visitor center at the Grand Village, and also an exciting new school and museum at Jefferson College.
Historic Jefferson College?
At Historic Jefferson College. They are already making improvements and renovations out there, doing roof work and other work right now. But what's in the plan is a school of historic preservation, historic renovation, sponsored by Mississippi State University and Tulane.
All right.
And so we'll have more details to share at 10:30.
Okay, but that is a done deal, right?
It's a done deal.
When are they going to break ground, you know?
I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
But we are helping them. We still need to garner a little more money. The director is a friend of mine, Katie Blunt. And Katie went to Washington just a few weeks ago with one of our lobbyists in tow, looking for some more federal money. And so we believe that more money is on the way. And all of this is such a plus for Natchez.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
about the Natchez renewal. It's happening big time.
Man, that's fantastic. You have just really outdone yourself since you were elected mayor.
Well,
I know you got.
I just love every day. I love what I do, Roscoe. Thank you.
It shows. It
Thank
shows.
you.
It certainly does. Absolutely. And of course, you and your lovely wife, and she moved here. And
Oh, I don't know what I'd do without Marla. You know,
No,
oh my gosh, she's wonderful.
That's just a gorgeous picture of you two on your Facebook.
She's beautiful. And you know, I moved here getting over a broken heart in 2016. She did the same thing in 2017, and then our paths crossed in 2018, and I'm much the better for it. Hopefully she would say the same.
Hey, that's a great story. You know, I have a great story with me and my wife.
Yeah, and you've got a beautiful wife.
You know,
Deanna, and y'all make a great couple.
if it weren't for her, literally, I would not be here right
Yeah.
now. She saved my life twice in the past month.
Man, you shared that with me the other night. I'm so grateful. You're looking good. You're doing well. I tell you.
I don't know about that.
But, well, Roscoe, I have to be careful with that. You're looking good. I was with Bob Mahoney, my friend at Mary Mahoney's recently. And I said, Bob, you're looking good. I've known Bob a long time. He said, you're looking good. Oh, goodness. And he threw it right back at me. He said, you know, that reminds me of the 3 stages of life. Roscoe, do you know what the 3 stages of life are?
I don't know. What do you got?
The 3 stages of life are youth, middle age, and wow, you're looking good.
Okay.
So I gotta be careful with that one.
Yeah, oh well, sure. Yeah. Well, here we are facing summer.
Yes.
And how long have you been in office?
Coming up on 2 years in July.
2 years in July.
We'll hit 2 years in July. And, you know, you mentioned summer. What a beautiful morning. But yes, it's going to get hot. But don't you love summertime?
Oh, yeah.
I love summertime, and I love everything about it.
As long as the air conditioning works.
and I was sitting outside Sunday with a big fan right on me. As long as I can have some movement of air, I'm good. But let me tell you, it's been frustrating to me that with summer, we don't have playground equipment. That has really bothered me. We came into office knowing that our parks were in a deplorable state of disrepair, and for the last 20 years, really. And so we set to do something about it.
Wow.
And Alderwoman Valencia Hall, who came in with me 2 years ago.
She is,
She's wonderful. And she became our chairwoman of our Parks and Recreation Committee. We then just 9 months ago brought in Sonora Cole to be our director, Parks and Recreation, first full-time director we've had in over 10 years for the city of Natchez. We revamped a department, brought back a department totally from scratch, had to find money for all this, had to find money for recreation renewal. And then just as we're getting the money, we got the bond done, we find out from the experts that we couldn't leave the equipment we had to pull it, most of it, because it was unsafe.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was way past its expiration date.
Huh.
And we didn't want any injured kids
No.
on our watch.
Absolutely not.
So we're sitting here now with some playgrounds that look terrible. But
obviously, it wasn't made in the United States.
The good news. Well, some of that equipment been there 30 years. My son is 28. He used to play on some of it. But this is the good news. Yesterday, we did approve, finally, a proposal. It's been a lot to get through this, designing it, going through the bid process. But drum roll,
please.
Drum roll. Over $500,000 in new playground equipment is now on the way.
Wow.
And it will take a few months to get it all here and in place. But by fall, our children will have new playground equipment to play on at every park, all 6 parks.
Oh, man,
so recreation renewal is happening. In addition to that, we have started the plans for renovation of ball fields at Dunkin Park. That will be done, we hope, by fall. And in addition to that, we're almost complete with bathroom renovations at several locations. And then we are well on our way with the plans for the renovation of the billiard room, and that will be a new community center, and renovation of the bathrooms adjacent to it, right there at Auburn at Dunkin Park.
The billiard room.
It's the old historic billiard room that sits next door to Auburn. It's a large building. Not that large.
Not the canteen.
The canteen's behind Auburn. The billiard room is a historic building that back in the day used to host some parties and events.
Yeah.
Been closed for many years. We were successful in getting a grant through Archives and History to renovate that building, renovate the bathrooms, and reopen it as a community center.
You know, I don't think that thing has been when I was a child, it was vacant. It seems like it's been vacant
they
forever.
They say it's been a long time, and I take their word.
So as you turn into Dunkin Park, you take that first right
up to
the playground.
That first right, and you'll go right up to the rear of that building.
Yeah,
yes.
right.
And that's also where some decrepit bathrooms happen to be located.
Boy.
And they're going to get new life. We also, and Roscoe, we are about to open bids for the new contractor that will take on the project to restore the youth center at North Natchez Park. Talk about another decrepit building sitting there in deplorable condition for some 20 years. It's about to have new life, and we're so excited.
Man, you're the man. Now, on your Facebook page, you have a picture of playground equipment.
Yes.
Is that's it?
That's it.
That's it?
That's just one of them. That's what's going to go at North Natchez Park. We have several like it and similar to it going around the other parks. Dunkin Park, the various playgrounds there will get new equipment. We have a new climbing structure that's going to go in at Jack Waite. We have a neat little playground set that's going to go at Osceola. We have a new playground set for Concord, for Madison. It's exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And we also have gotten approval for 2 new tennis courts at Dunkin Park. That work will begin sometime in the near future.
Where are they going to put them?
They're going to put them adjacent to the existing ones.
Okay.
Don't tell me exactly where.
Okay.
It's all had to go through Archives and History. Yeah. We wanted to add 4. It's a historic area adjacent to Auburn. All of that area has to be approved, and they just approved a site for 2. They didn't approve all 4. Said we didn't have room, so we'll go back to the drawing board for that.
Okay, can't wait to see what this is going to be.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And so recreation and all the other, but I'm excited about economic development.
Yeah, talk to me about that.
I know people keep
Make that
saying,
bell ring.
You know, I ran on the motto, jobs. Well, that's what the Natchez Renewal has been all about. And if you look at the Mississippi Department of Employment Security website and you look up the job count there, it will show we have added since July of 2020 in excess of 1,500 jobs. Roscoe, this is just a word to everybody, but we have a lot of job openings right now. Sire across the river, 100 jobs.
Wow.
Core Civic.
That's the folks that make the batteries for the electric cars?
We have Core Civic, 100 jobs.
Wow.
Jordan Carrier still hiring truck drivers, and we now have a new CDL program going with Colin and Coastal.
Oh, man.
Coastal Driving Center. They are, a big company that helps do all this, and we've got to roll those details out. And financial assistance is available for that CDL program. Talking about economic development, we had a meeting yesterday, and we started going through more plans for the workforce development programs that we're trying to get together. We hired a director of workforce development, Tawana Williams, back in January, and she's been working to get grants. And yesterday we had a really great meeting with various people, and we are really putting some plans on the paper. The Stepner building, which is the old, they say it's the old convention center. That's
it was a convention center for a while.
It's over there by the high school. Well, they're about to have the new high school, and then they're about to put a lot of money into the current high school, make it the new middle school. And really? Then the school board is giving the city, the county, giving all of us, the people, the Stepner building for workforce development.
Wow.
And 60% of that large building will be available by the end of fall. And we are already now, we met with an architect yesterday. We're working on plans for it. We want to put a school of arts and film there. We also want to put a hospitality program there. And then we've also got to put in a program for all the skills necessary for Velocis, the new biofuel plant that will be coming here in the next couple of years.
What's the latest on that?
Really good news. All the funding's in place, all the documents signed. The levee project will be completed sometime 23, and they will break ground in the latter part of 2023 on America's largest biorefinery. They already have signed the deals, and they hope to open by 2026. And at that point, if anyone's flying on a Southwest jet, that fuel will have been made in Natchez. If anyone flies on any airplane in Europe, British Air, Royal Air, that airplane fuel will have been made in Natchez. We're talking billions of dollars in contracts, and that's what's funding this Velocis plant, biofuels. But in addition to that, just a couple weeks ago, Chandler Russ at Natchez Inc. gave me the good news that every square inch of our industrial park is now under lease or option. We don't have any available land left. I mean, that's how
let's just make it happen.
We're growing. And there are several announcements on the horizon. I just can't say right now, but they all mean jobs. We'll be sitting here a year from now.
I don't want to hear that. I want to hear what you can talk about.
Roscoe, we'll be sitting here a year from now, and we're going to be sitting on a job count of over 2,000, approaching 2,500. Wow. And that's amazing for our community. I'm so excited.
Little old Natchez, Mississippi.
Yeah, little old Natchez.
Tell you what, economic development's really turned around, as is the population's getting bigger and better.
They say realtors tell us we've added over 1,000 people this past year.
Wow.
Close to 700 houses sold. That's just amazing.
Is it hard to find a house these days?
It is. That's what they tell me. It is hard to find a house. Back in the day, there were several hundred, and now if you're going to find a house in Natchez, be prepared to do a little work on it or spend a tidy sum. We still have a few in the $1 million+ range on the market if you're interested, Roscoe.
That's what I'm interested in.
That opens up another discussion. We are working with developers now. We have been, and we've been showing them around Natchez, and we are hoping that we'll have some announcements sometime in the next few months about residential development, high scale, good upscale residential development. We've got to have more residential development in Natchez, and we have land. We have availability in our city limits without annexing. We have growth opportunities right here within our city limits already. But I want to just say this, a real shout out to the guys who just purchased the old community hospital. We have great new opportunity coming there. And that was just announced last week. Really? Well, Roscoe is about to get new life. How about that?
I can't wait.
They'll have to name a room after you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Roscoe on the Radio was born here. Yeah, put a historic plaque there. We also need to announce this. Next week, we will be celebrating Juneteenth.
I was going to talk to you about that. Man, you got a whole bunch of stuff
We're
planned.
excited about it. We have quite a number of events on the calendar. The city of Natchez is sponsoring quite a number of things. And we will kick it off next Tuesday with our Day of Unity celebration.
Okay.
My predecessor, the Honorable Darrell Grinnell, 43rd Mayor of Natchez, put in place a proclamation back in his last year in office, celebrating a Day of Unity from now on. And that Day of Unity will be on Tuesday, the 14th, which also, I believe, is Flag Day. And it is that day that bells will ring throughout Natchez, and at 5:30 we'll gather at the grandstand for a brief unity celebration.
About 30 minutes?
About 30 minutes.
So that means you're not
music.
speaking?
Yeah, right. Actually, you're right. I'm just giving a welcome.
That cardboard stand up. I knew it was going to come into play. All right. Mayor, how's it going?
Oh, listen. We need more of that. My mother always said, don't say anything unless you've got something good to say.
Good to say. That's
and
right.
Here lately, I think that's why I rattle on so much, because we got so much good to say.
Good stuff.
So much.
Yeah, back to what we're talking about. Also, on next Thursday, the 16th, kick butt at NAPAC.
Kick back. Kick back at NAPAC.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah. We are excited about that. On the 16th, this is an event that we started now on an annual basis where we get together there at NAPAC, which is the city's African American Museum of History there. And we will be there actually at 5 p.m. They will have an author there, Faye Duncan, who will be providing a really great presentation on history, knowledge, some children's books that she has done. It'll be great. And then we will have about an hour after that for some food, fellowship, and another presentation or two. That's going to be fun. And then we're really looking forward to next Saturday evening, the community, white linen table event on Commerce Street. Jarita Fraser King has been doing this now several years.
Did they do that last week? Last year?
They did. Weren't you there, Roscoe?
No.
I thought I saw you. It was a long table there on Commerce, and so many people there. And it was great to see such a mix of various cultures and various races, even young, old. And hey, we were all there together, and we'll look forward to doing that again. Yeah.
Now, I was thinking that maybe it was canceled because of COVID, but that, I don't know if it's...
We had it last year.
Yeah.
We had some historic events last year. Yeah. And in fact, last year, I'll never forget the most amazing event when the city of Natchez deeded over the Forks of the Road site to the federal government, to the National Park Service.
Oh, that was a big deal.
And we're still working on that. More money coming and more land.
Man, those flowers over there, they constantly change. There's so many different bulbs. That's the green,
the Master Gardeners.
Master Gardeners, yeah.
Yeah.
They got a big plant sale going on tomorrow in Vidalia at the old courthouse. It's
great.
Their, what do you call it? What happens here on the bluff on Saturday. I'm having a little
farmer's market type.
Farmer's market. Thank you very much. I can't believe I said that.
That's a great thing that they're doing.
Can't believe I said that.
Well, that is what we're doing in Natchez, man, when it comes to growing and economic development. But
you need a little spice in your coffee, didn't you?
I tell you what, I think everybody should be well awake by now, right?
Yes, why not?
Oh, listen.
Yeah.
Well, Roscoe, I will give you a sneak preview, by the way, of what's about to happen.
Okay.
June 14th, next board meeting, next week.
Okay.
We're going to introduce an idea to our Board of Aldermen, and it is a way that we have found, without any increase in taxes, still balancing our budget, which we've managed to do, by the way, a way that we can renovate city buildings, renovate our city auditorium, renovate our convention center, and also renovate many of our streets.
Oh, yeah.
And it is my goal that we will have this done and ready to roll out and approve by our 2-year anniversary, July 24th.
All right.
It is my goal that the next 2 years will even be better than these prior 2 years. And then these 2 years, I want to see us restore Natchez. This Natchez renewal now is in full gear, but it's time for us to take care of deferred maintenance. And if we can restore our municipal auditorium, if we can renovate our convention center, think of what that will mean for economic growth, because it'll bring even more to Natchez, because at the end of the day, Natchez deserves more.
I agree. I agree with you.
So there you have
You're
it.
going to have to come back.
Well, come back anytime, Roscoe.
Yeah. But just don't come tomorrow because I'm taking the day off. I got to go see my doctor.
Good for you. Praying for a good report.
Yes.
And Roscoe, thank you for having me on
Dan
the show.
Gibson, Honorable Mayor of Natchez, and got to say hey to Dustin Hinkle too. He's your tech guy here. He's
Thank you, Roscoe.
he's
And listen,
Boy,
and we
can't
want to
believe
thank you and Margaret Perkins and the Listen Up Y'all family for all that y'all do for Natchez. And just thank you for letting us be here.
Yeah. You know, a little bit of history about me and Listen Up Y'all Media. It's been called 3 different things since I started working here back in 1970 when I was in high school.
Just a lad, 10th grade.
You know, it's so weird because Dustin and I were talking earlier before you got here about I grew up dreaming of being on the radio. I mean, it was my goal from like 5th grade on up.
Wow.
And when I got to the 10th grade, David Perkins, who was a very close friend of mine, God rest his soul, we'd come up and hang out at the radio station. My dad had a grocery store. The one on Canal Street used to be the Uptown Grocery.
Yeah.
That was my dad's grocery store back in the 60s.
Man.
And when he sold that and kind of downgraded to a smaller, mom and pop store,
Yes.
I didn't have anything to do. So, I mean, I was working, I was raised on dented cans and bruised fruit. And anyway, that's like, I want to be on radio because I could be in a room by myself. I was very timid and very shy. I know it's hard to believe, but, I came out of a shell.
Wow, you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I walked through these doors the first time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
If these walls could talk.
Golly, Roscoe, I'm so grateful. You're a real treasure around Natchez, Adams County, and the Miss Lou. We all love you, and we're glad you're well and back. And listen, I definitely need a recording of that Danny Boy song.
Danny Boy!
And then Marla will probably shoot us both for having to put up with that every
Does she
morning.
listen to you when you're on the radio?
Probably not.
not.
She gets enough. She hears enough. She hears enough.
That's all I need to hear, Dan and Roscoe together. Oh my gosh! All right. Anyway, okay, Dan, thanks so much for coming and being our guest this morning with the great news that you shared with us, and look forward to hearing you in the future on some other upcoming projects.
Oh yeah, and next visit we'll give you an update on Silver Street.
All right.
It's going to happen
this year.
This year. We had to delay it a little bit because we had some design issues we had to tweak. And we had some other things having to do with some prospective development. And anyway, we had to do a few tweaks and it'll be ready. We're about to, I hope within the month we'll be ready to bid it.
All right.
And sometime midsummer, late summer.
Yeah.
Of course, it's frustrating if the price has really gone up. Let's hope that the price of asphalt will go down because we got to do this project, fix our streets, a lot of things. Anyway, so let's pray that will happen. Hey, we better sign off.
Yeah, you got to go, man. I got to pay.
I'm rattling on.
Man, you have already blown our hour. Dan Gibson, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Come back when you can, would you?
Thank you.
When you got some good news, of course.
We will. We'll be back.
All right, excellent.
Thank you.
You've been listening to 95 Country Must Do's, a candid fireside chat or air conditioning